Nigeria has been the hotbed of the most dangerous Islamist activities. Basically, the place where they kill, they massacre Christians with impunity. But to a lot of people that are not Nigerians, especially those that are not even from the African continent, it would sound odd to say that. What about Gaza with all the bombs? What about Ukraine, Russia? And for those who might have a little interest about Africa, what about Sudan? How can you say in Nigeria? The reason is simple. It is because the Islamists in Nigeria had done their homework much earlier before the massacres began. And that is the reason why you hear stories like farmer had a clash, climate change induced crisis, and all of that. So somebody goes to a community, Islamists go to Christian communities, they rape their women, they kill people, they massacre as many as they can, babies, women, pregnant women, old men, destroy their crops. In communities where they have, where they collectively put their grains together, they burn it down. There are places where they have attacked and just caged families in the room and set them on fire and burnt them alive. All of these things go under the radar. As a matter of fact, some state governors will even deny the existence of IDP camps in their states. This is how far it has gone to cover up the genocide. But actually, is it the first time that somebody is referring to what's happening in Nigeria as a genocide? The answer is no.
That Boko Haram target
For
primarily Christian communities.
For as long as the
Yes,
pattern
they do
became
Muslims
consistent,
from time to time.
the Christians
But
knew
they
it was a
target
genocide.
primarily
We've cried
Christian
about
communities.
it. Independent organizations have cried about it. But what exactly is the difference now? I mean, a government trying to cover up a genocide, trying to deny a genocide. The same call that people have been making for almost 2 decades. What basically is the difference? The difference is simple. It is because a senator in the United States of America or the Americans have decided to pick interest in it. But then why should I bother anybody if an American senator picks interest in it? It's simply because there is a tendency of putting Nigeria back to the CPC list. But is that all? No. I believe the bill also seeks to hold certain people to account. And in the words of Senator Ted Cruz, he says, Nigerian officials who sponsor or who are behind these atrocities. And that basically is the craze. The reason is because whatever it is that is happening is being sponsored by people who are government officials. But then why should a Muslim be excited because the notion of a Christian genocide has been debunked? Well, possibly it's simply because the co-sponsors of these massacres are Muslims. Or they are not just Muslims, they are possibly their politicians, they are possibly some of their clerics, and they are possibly some of their key players in government. Otherwise, what would be my interest in denying that a certain form of criminality is being meted against another individual? So badly that I would go as far as proving that it also happens to me, so ignore what he's saying. I always thought that if someone said it's a Christian genocide, somebody would say, okay, whatever it is you're identifying as a Christian genocide also happens to us. So thank God, come in and let's deal with the criminals. But it does look as if by whatever means necessary, the sponsors of this genocide want to stay below the radar. And the only way they can achieve that is by completely denying the fact that it's a genocide. So they just prove to the world that it's just crisis like any other one and nothing is happening. And then there are so many willing, hungry Christians who intend to be the faces. Obviously, they can't come out directly to do it. So from the religious leaders that are saying, shut down social media, because basically the mainstream media would not even have, portrayed the truth of what's been happening in terms of the numbers, in terms of the killings. Without the social media, most people even in Nigeria would not know what has been happening in the Middle Belt. It is a Christian genocide. It is a Christian genocide. If the Americans would wake up tomorrow and say it is not, it still doesn't change the fact that it is a Christian genocide. And we all look forward to not just seeing the end to it, but to seeing the fact that those criminals in government that are sponsoring these killings, that are sustaining these killers in Nigeria, are brought to light and that they face the full weight of the law. There are certain things we could play politics with, but not the blood of children, not the blood of pregnant women, not the blood of old men, not the blood of innocent people. and most certainly not the blood of Christians.